think? Thanks to your hard work, an international crew of astronauts will boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly. Boldly.
Will boldly go where no man has gone before.
And the play on words involving the double meaning of the verb to go suggests that Leonard is humorously mocking you.
Humorously. Humorously.
Suggests that Leonard is humorously mocking you. And the play on words involving the double meaning of the verb to go suggests that Leonard is humorously mocking your efforts in space plumbing.
Plum. Plum.
Mocking your efforts in space plumbing. Oh, clever! Playing on the use of cardinal numbers.
Cardinal. Cardinal.
Playing on the use of cardinal numbers. Oh, clever! Playing on the use of cardinal numbers as euphemisms for bodily functions.
Euphemism. Euphemism.
Numbers as euphemisms for bodily functions.
Here, Sheldon, I pulled the new Hellboy for you. It's mind-blowing.
Excuse me! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler. Spoiler.
Excuse me! Spoiler alert!
Or nobody calls anyone.
Interesting. Penny's current suitor asking advice from her former suitor.
Suitor. Suitor.
Current suitor asking advice from her former suitor.
Although I do have to live a little in the future, because, well, that's my job. Of course, my fondness for classic science.
Fondness. Fondness.
Job. Of course, my fondness for classic science.
If that contract breaks down, then all social contracts break down and we descend into anarchy.
Anarchy. Anarchy.
Social contracts break down and we descend into anarchy. You mean Code Red the hospital emergency alert, Code Red the computer worm, or Code Red the cherry flavored soft drink from the makers of Mountain Dew?
Do. Do.
Soft drink from the makers of Mountain Dew. Red the computer worm, or Code Red the cherry flavored soft drink from the makers of Mountain Dew?
I was going over the schematics on my zero.
Schematic. Schematic.
I was going over the schematics on my zero.
Admit this is pretty damn funny.
I agree. It's the juxtaposition of the high-tech nature.
Juxtaposition. Juxtaposition.
It's the juxtaposition of the high-tech nature. I agree. It's the juxtaposition of the high-tech nature of space exploration against the banality of a malfunctioning toilet. The
Banality. Banality.
nature of space exploration against the banality of a malfunctioning toilet. The nature of space exploration against the banality of a malfunctioning toilet that provides the comic fodder here.
Fodder. Fodder.
That provides the comic fodder here.
It's hilarious. Now,
Hilarious. Hilarious.
it's hilarious. Now, it's hilarious. Now, here's an approximation of the spare parts of.
Approximation. Approximation.
Here's the spare parts of. Ed, I think the most important thing with Penny is to go really slow. I mean, glacial.
Glacial. Glacial.
I mean, glacial. Don't make too much eye contact. And, treat her with, like, cool detachment. And
Detachment. Detachment.
treat her with, like, cool detachment. And that if you touch her, she'll break. Well, that plays right into my wheelhouse.
Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse.
Oh, that plays right into my wheelhouse.
Be afraid of Penny. Nice. Very crafty.
Crafty. Crafty.
Nice, very crafty.
This thing has to hold up against a hearty potato-based diet.
hearty, hearty,
Hold up against a hearty potato-based diet. Maybe if you were helping, you'd feel better about yourself.
I deliberately tried to sabotage Stuart's date with Penny.
Of course you
sabotage, sabotage,
I deliberately tried to sabotage Stuart's date with Penny.
Of course you completely screwed up your karma, dude.
You don't really believe in that superstition, do you?
It's not superstition, it's
superstition, superstition,
not superstition, it's
Believe in that superstition, do you?
It's not superstition, it's practically Newtonian.
Newtonian, Newtonian,
What if you just ran another line, bypassed it entirely?
It won't work. The diameter of the tubing is insufficient.
Tubing. Tubing.
It won't work. The diameter of the tubing is insufficient.
Entirely.
It won't work. The diameter of the tubing is insufficient.
What if we reposition the collection tank?
reposition, reposition,
What if we reposition the collection tank? If you really want to clean up your car,
karma, karma,
if you really want to clean up your car,
Let me see if we can wedge this little piece of PVC behind the support rod.
I think you're overestimating the tensile strength of the substrate.
tensile, tensile,
I think you're overestimating the tensile strength of the substrate.
Howard, wait. Why don't you use this instead of the PVC to keep the transverse filter assembly in place?
transverse, transverse,
See, to keep the transverse filter assembly in place. In India, the lid just touches the cheese. Of course, we also have rampant poverty and periodic outbreaks of cholera. So
cholera, cholera,
rampant poverty and periodic outbreaks of cholera. So
Oh, an excellent idea. I could certainly use a break.
me too.
Now, hold on. You guys can go to the comic book store when man can once again safely poop in space.
poop, poop,
Store when man can once again safely poop in space. Because he's upset over his situation with Penny, and if I have to hear about it again, I'm gonna kick him in his ovaries.
ovary, ovary,
And I'm gonna kick him in his ovaries.
I must say, Howard, I think a detailed letter to MIT describing your current circumstances might entitle you to a refund on your master's degree.
refund, refund,
Okay, simulated zero-gravity human waste disposal test with meatloaf analog in...
analog, analog,
Test with meatloaf analog in...
Doesn't matter, because that's where it all went to hell. During the kissing? What'd you do? Sneeze in her mouth?
sneeze, sneeze,
What'd you do? Sneeze in her mouth?